Jennifer finds herself in sunny San Diego for part-time and fun with her busy granddaughter and family. Presently on a year-long sabbatical from a college teaching career, Jennifer and her husband enjoy traveling, playing with granddaughters, and figuring out how to not cheat on the keto diet. She also mentions that it is true that whipping cream and coffee is one of life's greatest indulgences. Everyone, let's hear it for Jennifer.
Okay. The highlight of my day might have been when I did a cartwheel in the middle of a street in uptown Minneapolis. Or it could have been when I threw up in Lake Calhoun. Or it might have been the next morning after I slept off my wine binge and I found that my car had been broken into. Yep, if you haven't guessed it already, I was the worst date ever. So it was the summer of 1992, and dating apps hadn't been invented yet. So lonely hearts like me found love in the newspaper personal ads. You don't remember that, do you? Yeah, okay. So I was really busy and I wasn't interested in dating, and I didn't want to put myself out there so publicly, really. I was a divorced mother, 2 young kids, was working full-time during the day, was teaching a college class at night. I really didn't want to date. However, I had just given my college students an assignment for them to create their own personal ad. They were going to create the ad for their ideal mate. I thought that was a great idea. We were studying attraction and identity management. And I thought I was so clever because I created my own ad for them just to look at, right? And at the time, because I was working full-time and I was really busy, I didn't really identify with the artistic side of myself. And I thought, well, had I started dating again, that I would probably want to find somebody who would want that about me. And so, this is me, using a big word. I'm a dichotomy. Divorced, mother, seeks heterosexual male, 30 to 40, intellectual, artist, for coffee, wine, interesting conversation, the arts. Okay. And they saw that, and they said, I think you should publish it. And I did. My ad showed up in the Twin Cities Reader, okay, somewhere between SWF, BWF. I'll save you the acronyms. And this is how it went. By the way, I had several calls. And I had messages in my voicemail box, and those people I wanted to call back, I did. And I had a few dates, and some were really bad. Most were really bad. A couple were just okay. But one of the dates I had was with Alan. And Alan was neither an intellectual nor an artist, but he loved to talk about his mother and his sister, who were artists. And I thought I knew enough of Freud not to see Alan again. The other guy that I dated was Antonio. And Antonio, an Italian man, said I should wear a bright red lipstick when we met at the wine bar. So he recognized me, but I don't think he cared what color lipstick that I wore because he was looking right about here. It was a long time ago. And eye contact is important to me, so no more Antonio. Now, when I heard Mike's voice, I knew right away that I wanted to see him. He had this dreamy, deep kind of DJ voice, and I thought, oh, that's really attractive. But I didn't talk to him right away. I talked to him a few times on the phone, and I was visiting my parents with my kids, and my son walked in, and he said, who's that on the phone? I said, oh, it's a friend. And Mike heard that, and he said, well, put him on. So I thought, okay. Yeah, so they had a conversation, and my son was laughing and having a good time. I thought, well, that's a good sign. So we decided to meet. We were going to uptown Minneapolis, and we'd meet at a restaurant. And then if we still wanted to see each other, we would go out to an outdoor concert. Well, this was personal ads, and I didn't know what he looked like, and he didn't know what I looked like, and I thought it was going to be kind of busy, so I asked him to describe himself to me so I'd recognize him. And this may not mean anything for any of you, but he said he looked like Skippy. from the show Family Ties. Anybody? Anybody? Okay, so I was kind of surprised that he described himself as Alice P. Keaton's best friend, right? Not very attractive, self-deprecating, and he really played it down, like really down. And, well, you know, he's kind of a doofus, preppy guy, all right? Well, I liked talking to him, and I really appreciated honesty. So the next day, I got ready, and I was leaving, and I was just in shorts and a t-shirt, and I thought, okay, well, it's probably going to be cool tonight. And I thought I better stop and buy a sweater. So I did. I was 30 minutes late. 30 minutes late to my first date. And I wasn't sure he was going to wait for me. But as I walked in Calhoun Square, I knew right away. He waited. There he was with his back toward me, sitting on a bench, black curly hair, big glasses. Ralph Lauren matching khaki pants, shirt, Nautica jacket, boat shoes. Yep, major prep. Perfect Skippy description. And as he got up, he turned around and he looked at me, and I thought, oh my God, you are beautiful. And I was even more nervous. And we went into the restaurant, and because I was trying to calm myself down, I had a glass of wine. Or two. And I ordered some pasta, and I know it had pine nuts in it. And the reason I know that is because they reappeared several times that night. But Mike and I had a really good conversation. He was smart, he was funny, he had these steel blue eyes, and I was just, you know, I wanted to continue the date. And so we did. We got up, and that's when the date really took a turn. For the worst. Because I thought, oh, I needed to up my game. I'm gonna impress this guy, so we go out again. And that's when this professional college teacher decided to do the cartwheel in the middle of the street in uptown Minneapolis. And then shortly after that, I proclaimed that we were gonna be married someday. That was good. And then I was spinning, literally. And don't remember, it was kind of fuzzy. But I remember sitting in the back of his car saying, please take me to the lake. Isn't that what you do? Take me to the lake, and where I promptly gifted Lake Calhoun my pasta. What a date. So I got back into his car, and I was in no shape to do anything. We were definitely not going to the concert. And he was not going to take me home. He didn't offer. I couldn't get to my car. I couldn't even remember where I lived, quite frankly. Yeah. So Mike took me to a hotel. And you might be thinking he took advantage of me, but he didn't. As I was sitting in the bathtub, picking out the pine nuts and washing my disgusting hair, Mike went and bought me a pack of gum. And as I lamented about that waiter, who I'm absolutely sure put something in my Chardonnay, he just sat there and smiled. Well, I made it through the night on the floor, mostly, over the toilet, and I survived. The next morning, the walk of shame to my car, where I found it had been broken into. Glass was everywhere. Gone was my briefcase with all my students' grades and papers. Gone was any respect I had for myself, if I had any at all. And gone certainly was the thought that I'd ever see Mike again. Well, the years have gone by, and I think about that first date, over a glass of wine. And I don't think too much about Mike, because tomorrow on February 13th, we're celebrating our 26th anniversary.